Right. So we're Gareth and Chantelle Miles, and we live in Somerset West, and we have 9 children.
Yeah, 4 of them are biological children, and 5 of them are in foster care with us. We just realized that it was actually my mom. My mom fostered all the way when I was growing up, and I didn't much like it actually. I didn't understand what she was doing or why she was doing it, so I kind of wanted to avoid blended families in general. And she was volunteering at a crisis centre for children in need, and she kept badgering us about these kids, and it's our call and it's our duty to help where we can with orphans and widows, and we were quite self-obsessed, I think, back then. We didn't think we were, but we were. And now we're looking back on it, and she inspired us to this, and it's only been a blessing. It's been amazing.
See, our mother-in-law pranked us.
Yeah, she did. She did. She did.
When we got the first 2 girls, we got them on a Thursday afternoon, and that weekend Chantelle went away for a ministry camp, and I was left to do dinner and look after the kids for the weekend. And I made a daddy's cowboy chow meal, and the 2 girls just burst into tears saying they don't eat that, and I realised I was in a bit of trouble and over my head, but we managed to get through it. And so that was the first time I realised this. We really need help in this, and we need to work with someone. Or a group. And then the second really cool incident was every time we'd say we're going to go somewhere, the kids would go to the gate, the 2 girls, and we'd go to the car, and they were like, "Oh, we're going in the car, we don't have to walk." And we just realised how blessed we were, and we just how we take everything for granted, and we don't realise how other people live and just the struggles they go through.
I'd like to add to that, in that my kids were so excited to be able to do this, because we'd been reading autobiographies of other Christians and their big things that they'd done, and they kept asking, when's it our turn, when are we doing this or that, and we're like, but it's just for inspiration. And they set up the rooms, they gave all the things they wanted to give, and after about 4 weeks they were like, when are they going home? And then we're like, no, but this is what it means to really love. And we had the opportunity, we had a disappointment in that they were reunified, and then when they were brought back, my kids were the cheerleaders and the champions. They're like, no, they have to come back, fight for them. And it's just blessed us to see the full circle of that. I never knew that the children that we had brought into foster care wanted us to fight for them like we fight for our own. I always thought that you are standing in the gap and you're covering them, but you don't want to take the role of their family or their parents, because they have parents and their parents still love them in their own way. But when I realized how badly the kids want me to fight for them, and I could say to them, I will go all the way. If you want to stay here, I will go all the way for you. And it brings such peace for them to know that we'd be willing to do that. And I just didn't know they were wanting that. So that was really special.
I think they want us to choose them like God chooses us.
Yeah. Just put that bit in. That is cool.
Yes, I would definitely recommend foster care. I mean, obviously there's some challenges, but it brings you to a place of intimacy with God that you'd never experienced. You really get to understand God's love for people, and I think the greatest thing for us is we've just recently been so blessed with just God's provision. And so my theory really is if you want to be blessed out of your socks, and just go adopt a whole lot of children. It's the greatest thing, physically, emotionally, spiritually. It's really just I think it's the best thing you can do for your life.
I think it's hard. It's hard, make no mistake, because you are confronted with all of the things and the fears and stuff, and the books never match up, but there's never lack. So there's a lot of stuff like that to take into consideration, but the call to caring for the orphan is for all of us. So I say do it.